Okay, thank you very much. On March 6th, I announced disciplinary proceedings against 40 top-level employees from the Ryan administration who last year improperly sought to lock in their state employment. These employees resigned from their jobs. They signed paperwork resigning their positions, but in fact never left their jobs. They got appointed to new jobs for 4 days, resigned those jobs, and then got placed back in their old jobs with new 4-year terms. All of this took place on paper, but not in real life. The Office of the General Counsel, our Office of the General Counsel, has investigated this matter. Of the 40 employees who participated in this scheme, 7 have resigned when confronted. 14 were terminated because they refused to sign agreements admitting their complicity, and 19 admitted to their role. Of the 19 who admitted their role, they were suspended without pay for 2 weeks and then allowed to return to their former positions to fill out their unexpired terms. Future employment with regard to those 19 with the state is left up to their agency directors to decide. The 14 who have been terminated have since appealed to the Civil Service Commission. Today I am taking action against those who were the architects and masterminds behind this scheme, a scheme that manipulated and abused the personnel code in an effort to lock in these 40 employees into new 4-year terms. The investigation conducted by the Office of the General Counsel has concluded that Diane Ford, currently a member of the Illinois Industrial Commission and Governor Ryan's former general counsel, was the architect, the prime mover, and the mastermind behind this plan. This morning, I terminated her. Robert Powers, Executive Director of the Illinois Civil Service Commission and formerly Deputy Counsel with the Ryan administration. Sarah Jane Wright, a former administrative assistant in Governor Ryan's legal office who works for Mr. Powers at the Civil Service Commission. In short, these 3 conspired in the scheme that manipulated the personnel code to what amounts to a fraud on the public. I am calling on the Civil Service Commission to terminate them as well. With that, I'd like to ask Pat Quinn to say a few words, and then I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Pat?
Well, I think Governor Blagojevich means what he says. On the first full day of his administration, he took action to root out improper personnel practices in state government. And whether it's the first day or the 100th day or any day of this administration, we intend to enforce the rules. The taxpayers are entitled to that. It's a tough budget, as we know. The governor, I think, has proposed a budget that can invest in health care and human services and education, public safety. But in order to be able to do that, we have to make sure that the personnel practices of state government are professional, honest, straightforward, and open. And today's action is designed to make sure that happens.
Thanks, Pat. Before I take questions, let me just say the investigation continues. It is an ongoing process with our general counsel to find other examples of employees who've been sort of burrowed in contrary to the intention and the spirit of the law and the rules.